Hey everyone, my name is Muhammad Ali. I'm a solutions architect at ClickHouse. In this demo, we're going to talk about data observability. Data observability is the capability to understand, monitor, manage the health and reliability and quality of the data across your data platform, from the ingestion to the consumption. The goal here is to minimize the downtime, which is a situation where your data in the platform is either not available or bad, but in both cases, there can be severe business consequences. With data observability in place, you can detect data problems or system failures in real time and quickly investigate the root causes. For that, you should have your platform sending you continuous real-time signals from the pipelines and the infrastructure components, and as well as the quality metrics of the data. You collect these signals using open source tools such as OpenTelemetry, which is an industry standard for collecting application and infrastructure signals. And for the data quality, you could use any of the popular data quality frameworks such as Great Expectations, SODA, DQ. And for the lineage, you could use OpenLineage. We will be using ClickStack, which is a popular open source high-performance observability platform built by ClickHouse. ClickStack is a fully compatible tool with OpenTelemetry, and you can serve it as a backend for all your infrastructure and data pipeline health signals, which are generally logs, traces, and metrics. ClickStack uses ClickHouse as the backend, and you could use it to store quality metrics as well that you can collect from the choice of from your choice of quality framework with little code. In this demo, we would use LibreChat, which is a conversational AI platform. LibreChat is an open source, much like all the other elements of our stack. It offers unified interface over 150 different LLM models and gives you the ability to build custom agents or integrate with MCP servers to interact with your organizational data stores securely. And it offers true self-service interactive analytics, and in our case, investigation of the health of the data. In our demo, we will see a typical data lake with bronze, silver, and gold layer. We would land the data into a landing area from where the data from these three sources, transactions, customers, and product balances, will be ingested in the data lake. This is a typical banking use case. We use Airflow to orchestrate the data pipelines and have written the processing code in Spark and dbt, which uses Trino as our query engine for processing some of the data. At the end, we produce a customer 360-degree dashboard, which could be used by our decision makers. Our DAGs are very similar. All process data from one layer and writes to another. Before we run our processing, we check the availability of the data, and after we have processed the data, we validate and emit the performance metrics of the data and the pipeline to our ClickHouse-based backend. We have a nice looking dashboard which offers insights over our customers and the segments. So how do we collect the signals? We capture Airflow, Spark, dbt, and Trino telemetry using OpenTelemetry. And we use Great Expectation framework to run the quality checks and report it back to the ClickHouse. These signals flow in real time to ClickHouse, and we use HyperDX, which is a purpose-built front end for exploring and visualizing observability data. We use LibreChat also for our ad hoc conversational investigation. We will be focusing our demo to the data quality part, which is essentially detecting and investigating and remediating data quality issues through quality metrics and other telemetry that we have collected in ClickHouse and ClickStack. So let's get right into it. All right, so this is our data lakes orchestration tool, Airflow. It's got a bunch of DAGs, and each DAG processes the data of a specific layer and data set. This is HyperDX, which is our dashboarding tool on top of ClickHouse. We have visualized certain data the quality metrics in the dashboard using various charts here. HyperDX offers search interface, which allows you to drill down into specific data and the rows within ClickHouse. The HyperDX dashboard is made up of charts. Charts offer you the ability to create alerts. I've created an alert on quality checks, and I'm checking if the sum of the failed rows are greater than 0 in the last 5 minutes over in certain data set or layer. Send me an alert, and it will send me an alert to via a webhook. And this is a Slack channel webhook. You could send it to PagerDuty, Incident.io, pretty much anything that runs with webhook. All right, so now I'm going to run a couple of DAGs, one that generates the data, and the other will be processing the data. The processing DAG is going to run the quality checks, which will let us know about the data quality, which will technically alert us if there's bad data. Now, we've instrumented Airflow with OpenTelemetry, and what it does, it actually creates traces on every DAG run by itself. In the DAG code, which is Python, we are importing the OpenTelemetry SDK, the tracer, and the logger. In each task, we're going to create a span, which will become part of that DAG trace. Now, every time we log it within this task, it's going to report against this particular span. Now, what it allows us to do is in HyperDX, we can visualize all of that in a single view UI. And all of the spans show us the tasks. And now you can, with the single view, can identify which task is taking longer and which task has actually failed. We can enrich this trace data with additional information, such as here we're sending what some metrics around how many rows are processed within this particular task. As for the quality instrumentation, I've created 2 classes. One is quality checker and the other one is quality reporter. It uses data quality framework Great Expectation. The checker actually has a bunch of checks for nulls, checks for validity of the data by checking against some set of expected values, and the reporter reports all of that to the backend. Now, the reporter is just a wrapper over a ClickHouse client for Python, and it just uses the insert queries to send the checks results that are coming from the checker. Now, as I have ran these DAGs, we will be seeing some bad data coming in, and as soon as it happens, we will get an alert. You can see a red dot on the top, and here we have the alert that has come from HyperDX. I must have a message in Slack, so if I go back to my Slack, I should see an alert message there. There you go. So there's an alert message in my Slack. If I click this alert, it will take right into the chart that has sent me the alert. I could begin an investigation manually by checking the dashboard or by using the search interface and drill down into individual checks. But since I'm lazy, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use LibreChat, which offers me the ability to investigate using a conversational interface. So here I've configured LibreChat with multiple MCP servers, one with Trino for querying the real data, and also MCP for ClickHouse. Now, if I asked LibreChat that go and understand the status of the data quality in my data lake and find me what are the problems. All right, so it's gonna use Anthropic Claude, run a bunch of queries against this MCP, and going to generate a dashboard that should show me the quality of the data. Now you can see it has created the dashboard which tells me like 83% of the results are passing or checks are passing. More importantly, there are 3 data sets at risk. Because it's a dynamic dashboard, it could be generating any different quality metrics if you run the same query. It tells me the different quality grade distribution. There are some Fs which it needs attention, the trend over 30 days, and at the bottom it's showing me the data set that should receive my attention. And all of that information is also provided as text response as well. So if I zoom in on the key finding, I will see the same information, that the customers in the bronze and transaction in all layer have some failing checks. Now I'll ask it, show me some of the bad data in these tables. So it's going to run the queries and it's going to correlate that with ClickHouse, the quality checks. And it tells me in the form of a markdown file this time that the transaction data set was supposed to receive account type values as retail or home loan. But we are also seeing checking, savings, money market, and whatnot, these values. And more importantly, the impacts on the Trino gold layer, which is the mart, which is contaminated. Now I could ask it, which files or tables that have the problem. It would go and find me a particular table, particular column, and the impact of that bad data into the downstream or the mart in the gold layer. Now, this is telling me that these are the tables and these are the bad column issues and the impact. Now with that, I was able to really quickly find out the problem in the data, generate the health of the data quality in my data lake. Now that completes my demo. If you needed more information, please contact your regional ClickHouse team. Thank you.